Very good. So the question is, what is the threshold for the current ratio up to which it can fall, and beyond that it should not fall? Globally, principally, if you really ask me, there is no such threshold that one can definitely go by. So ऐसा कोई standard threshold नहीं है. But of course, we need to do the benchmarking in one way or the other. So how to do the benchmark? So basically your question is how to do the benchmarking of my current ratio to find out as to how is my working capital management. Right. So I will, and what I'm discussing with you now in the context of the current ratio, all of you please remember, is applicable in the context of all the ratios, So how do I do the benchmarking? So the first benchmarking I can do is to compare my current ratio with my competitor's current ratio. If my current ratio is higher than my competitor, that means I need to do lot more tightening at my end so as to bring my current ratio, if not lower than my competitor, at least at the same level at which my competitor is managing his working capital. That's benchmark number one. Benchmark number two, what I need to do is I need to compare my current year's current ratio or the current ratio with my last year's current ratio. So if my last year current ratio, let's say, was 1.25, and this year my current ratio has come down to 1.05, that means I can give a pat to myself and I know that I have managed my operations with lower level of inventory, lower level of receivables, which of course is a very good sign as far as my business is concerned. But if my current ratio of the current year has become 1.5 when last year it was 1.25, that means I need to do a lot more tightening of my working capital management because it is becoming slack, it is becoming uncontrollable. So that is the second benchmark. The third benchmark is, as a company, as a professionally managed company, every company which is managed professionally will prepare a budget at the beginning of the year. And when they make the budget at the beginning of the year, they would have set the standards as to for this year what is going to be my current ratio. So you keep on comparing your current ratio, current ratio with your budgeted current ratio. If your current ratio is lower than your budgeted current ratio, that means you are doing good. And if your current ratio is higher than your budgeted current ratio, that means something needs to be done to improve your performance. By the way, there are companies, where you will find the current ratios are negative. So when I say the current ratios are negative, now what does it mean? It means their current liabilities are more and current assets are less. And that is why their current ratios are negative, which means they are less than 1. I'll give you an example. I worked with a company called Piaggio Vehicles as CFO and company secretary long time back. Ours was a company which was a joint venture between Greaves and Piaggio. In the first 2 years, we had a project cost overruns of 20 crore and loss of 20 crore. So we were out of cash by 40 crore. We went to both the joint venture partners asking for the money. Both of them said, no, we have no money, please manage on your own. At that point in time, what we did, we tightened our working capital management so strongly. We asked all our customers to make the advance payment 2 months in advance. So at any given point in time, we had the demand drafts received from the customer 2 months in time. So that means the advances that we received from the customer were reflecting in our balance sheet as a current liability because that was payable to them. Against that, we had to give them the delivery of the 3-wheeler. At the same time, we also spoke to all our suppliers and told them, we will give you assured business and we will also pay you in time, a day before in time. And therefore, you give us the credit of 90 days. And remember, and they agreed because we were giving, our product was doing very well. So they gave us the credit of 3 months. We took the advance payment from the customer As a result of that, at any point in time, we have 50, 60 crore of cash lying with us. And with that 50, 60 crore, we funded our cost overruns, we funded the losses that we incurred initially. And today, this company, last 15 years, has paid a dividend of more than 5,000 crores to the parent company Piaggio in Italy. So there is no threshold. The lower you can go without delaying payment to your stakeholders is perfectly fine. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.